I stumbled on a website recently and saw a mega menu like this. It looked clean, organized, and super functional, so I decided to recreate it. Turns out, it's really simple to build with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let me show you how. We're starting with a header element to wrap everything. Inside it, we have a nav tag with a class nav container. Next, there's a div for the logo with the text S. Then we have an unordered list, UL, with the class nav links. This contains individual LI elements for each menu item, such as phone, deals, Apple, and more. Each of these LI tags has a class nav item, and the links are wrapped in A tags for navigation. Notice the last LI in the list? It contains a button with the class menu trigger and an ID menu trigger. This button will toggle the mega menu later when we add interactivity. Below the navigation, we've included the mega menu itself. It's a div with the class mega menu, where we define the drop-down content. For example, the first category is popular brands, with a H3 heading and several sublinks like iPhone 15 Pro, Samsung S24 Ultra, and more. The second category is categories, showcasing options like flagship phones, mid-range, and others. The third category, trending, highlights dynamic options such as new releases and best sellers. This simple structure gives us a clean and scalable layout for the mega menu. Next, we'll bring it to life with CSS and JavaScript to make it interactive and visually appealing. We start by resetting the default margins and padding with the universal selector star. We also set box sizing, border box, and choose System UI for the font family to keep things lightweight. For the body, we set the background to a subtle off-white color and make sure it takes up the full viewport height. The text color is set to white for contrast. Next, we style the dot header. It's fixed at the top of the page, and we center the navigation bar using Flex. The Z index ensures the Navbar stays on top of other elements. The .nav container has a dark background with rounded corners, some padding, and a box shadow to give it a clean, elevated look. We also use Flex here to align the elements properly. The dot logo is designed as a simple circular icon with a size of 25px by 25px, achieved using border radius 50%. The background is set to a vibrant blue 3B83F6, which stands out against the dark navbar. Inside the circle, the letter S is centered using Flexbox, with display Flex, Align Items Center, and Justify Content Center. The font size is set to 20px with bold styling to make it prominent. Lastly, a margin right of 1.5 rem adds space between the logo and the navigation links. The .nav links is a flex container that arranges the navigation items in a row with a gap of 1.5 rem between them. This makes the menu items spaced evenly and aligned horizontally. The .nav item A targets the links inside each navigation item. We set the text color to white and remove the underline by default. The font size is 0.9 rem with a weight of 500 for a clean, readable look. We also add a transition effect for smooth color changes when hovering over the links. When you hover over a link, the text color transitions smoothly to blue, 3B83F6. The .menu trigger is the button used to toggle the mega menu. It's styled with no background or border, keeping it minimal. The color is set to white with a font size of 1.5 rem to make it stand out. We use Flexbox to center the plus icon inside, and the button is sized at 32px by 32px. To add some interactivity, a transition is applied for a smooth rotation effect when the button is clicked. When the active class is added, the button rotates 135 degrees using Transform, Rotate 135 deg. This gives a clear visual cue that the menu is open, enhancing the user experience. Finally, the margin left auto ensures it's aligned to the far right of the navbar, keeping the design clean and functional. The Dot Mega menu is a large drop-down menu positioned absolutely below the navbar. Initially, it's hidden with opacity, 0, and visibility, hidden. It also starts with a slightly reduced scale using transform scale 0.95 for a smooth animation effect when it appears. When the active class is added, the opacity increases to 1, visibility is set to visible, and the scale returns to normal, creating a seamless transition. The menu is styled as a responsive grid using grid template columns. Repeat 3, 1FR, which evenly divides the space into 3 columns. This layout keeps the categories organized and visually appealing. Each column, or menu category, fades and slides into place with a subtle delay for each one, giving the menu a dynamic appearance when it opens. Inside each category, the titles, such as popular brands and trending, are emphasized with a blue color, an underline, and a larger font size to create a clear hierarchy. The sublinks contain individual menu items stacked vertically. Each link has a hover effect with an animated underline that smoothly grows from left to right, giving a polished and interactive touch. Overall, the Dot Mega menu is designed to be both functional and visually engaging, making it easy for users to explore the options. Each menu category represents a section of the Mega menu, with space added to the left using padding left 5rem. Initially, the categories are hidden with opacity, 0, and slightly shifted down using transform, translate Y 20px. When the Mega menu is activated, they fade in and slide up smoothly, thanks to the transition properties. The nth child selectors stagger the animation of each dot menu category. The second category gets a slight delay with transition delay, 0.2s, and the third category with 0.3s. This creates a cascading effect where each section appears in sequence, adding a dynamic and polished touch to the Mega menu animation. The Dot menu category H3 styles the category headings to stand out. The text color is set to blue to grab attention, with a font size of 1.2rem for emphasis. An underline is added with text decoration. Underline and offset slightly using text underline offset 6px. To enhance the design, the underline color is set to white for a clean, contrasting look. The dot sublinks use flex direction column to stack items vertically with a gap of 0.8rem for spacing. This keeps the layout clean and organized. The sublinks A styles each link with white text to ensure good contrast against the dark background. The links are clean and minimal, with no underline by default, giving them a modern look. To enhance the user experience, we add a transition of 0.2s to the color property, creating a smooth effect when the links are hovered over. The after pseudo element adds an animated underline to the links. Initially, the underline width is set to 0 and positioned just below the text using bottom -2px. On hover, the width expands smoothly to cover the entire link, thanks to the transition property. This effect gives the links a polished, interactive feel. On hover, the after pseudo element smoothly animates its width from 0 to 100%. I noticed the logo was missing its content, so I added the letter S inside the dot logo div. Let's move on to the JavaScript to bring our Mega menu to life. First, we grab the elements we need, the menu trigger button, and the Mega menu using document.getElementById and document.querySelector. We add a click event listener to the menu trigger. So when it's clicked, we toggle the active class on both the button and the mega menu. This makes the menu appear or disappear by controlling its visibility and the rotation of the trigger button. Next, we want to close the mega menu when clicking anywhere outside of it. We add a click event listener on the document itself. Inside, we check if the click is outside the menu or button using megamenu.contains e.target and menu-trigger.contains e.target. If it is, we remove the active class from both the button and the mega menu, ensuring the menu closes when the user clicks outside. And that's it. With just a bit of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, we've created a fully functional mega menu. It's simple to implement, yet adds a professional touch to any website. If you want to learn more about HTML, click on this video. Thank you for watching.